This video gonna be about these people who are keyboard gangsters who always got so much to say about the homeless. And they're talking about it, as a matter of fact, around this time of the year. Now, back in America, around this time of year, you're getting ready for Thanksgiving to New Year's, and you're gonna spend time with your family, your loved ones, and with everything that's happened the last few years, you're probably looking forward to it. But why would people who have the fortunates of a home and a roof and warmth and comfort be so mean spirited towards the homeless? Why? These so called Christian people, too, but yet they're acting like devils. Why? Why are these attacks? Is it the MAGA? Is it their privilege? What is it? Now, granted, there are some homeless people who can be problematic and they can beg you or run you down or wipe your car windows and do stuff, but they are homeless. They're not criminals. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. You know, they're not hurting you. It's embarrassing for a so-called rich country that doesn't take care of their people, that doesn't provide shelter and food and clothing and water and basic essentials. It is embarrassing that a country that will bring in people from other countries, because everybody's an immigrant to America. Let's get this thing straight. No one's 100% in America. Unless you're born and bred, no one's 100%. Most people came from other tribes and other regions. So stop the nonsense of thinking that we know the reparations should be done because everybody has gotten them except for black folks, but that's another video, another time. But my point is, everybody's on borrowed time, and at least on this country, nothing has access to one thing. So the point is of the matter is how can these people who claim to be Christians or holier than thou and or whatever they do, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're just evil, demonic, and just spiteful. Maybe that's their big Grinches. But to disrespect people who have found on hard time. And let me tell you something. Everybody, some people are homeless. There comes into different groups. There's some people who have chosen the path because society ain't cut out to what it be. And let's be realistic. There ain't nothing normal about a society that is still about racism and sexism and glorifies it. It's institutionalized, systematic. It's all real. Or they went bankrupt. Could have been the stock market, could have been the different things today. People get their money took. You don't have a place to stay, and rent is extremely expensive, and housing and food and shelter. That's a reality. Could have had a bad divorce. Could have been a lot of things. Parents put them out. There's a lot. So, how can people be so cruel? I have a problem with people who are negative towards the homeless. You know, I've been blessed all my life not to be in a capacity, but I had a lot of respect for people on the streets because I understand that most people are one paycheck away from being there. And also, uh, and I'm not talking about when I say one check, when you have a situation like we had in 2020, that's a reality. Some people didn't have no money, didn't have no income coming in, and then reality hits. Oh, Book of Revelations is real. It's coming. And believe me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But for people to be so spiteful and mean spirited during the holiday season towards homeless and to say it on computers or to say it in Facebook or different forums to be to so much venom, it shows you that they don't really have much of a soul. And maybe they are living in a house, but that house has no soul in it. That house has no spirituality in it. It is very demonic. It's very sad how a lot of people are being raised today, and it shows the lack of tact and manners. As a generation that's being raised to be not to show any empathy, not to show any reverence towards their fellow man, fellow woman. No one is exempt because he who has everything can have it taken away. And by the way, you don't own nothing. Everything is a lease anyway. We're not here forever. You go today, tomorrow, someone's gonna rock your hat, someone's gonna rock your clothes, somebody gonna sleep in your bed, somebody gonna take over what you had. So stop acting like that you are entitled to having this. The gifts is what you give to others and how you preserve the land and what you do. That's how it's supposed to be. You want to talk about things forgiven. Don't go to nobody's table and eat and feast and be mean spirited and evil and then post the things you do, or go to someone's church and light a candle when you had that kind of venom in your heart and your mind. I don't like reading people being so negative towards the homeless, especially during the holiday season. You shouldn't be that way no other time. But really now, you really like that? That politics, that mindset got you so jarred that you sit around here and say, oh, these homeless people are taking over our registers and they're taking over our businesses and we can't do anything. And they just plopped and took over this land and well, who put them there? Somebody had to pay the bus ride to get them there. Somebody did. We are our brothers and our sisters keepers. We don't have no say. We are just all leasing and we're all. That's not to say not to go and work hard and not do what you do, but don't act like people don't have feelings and sentiments. And don't be so cold and mean spirit if you're a so-called Christian and if you're a so-called believer of any kind of faith and if also you're a so-called human being. Or when you were a child and somebody, would you imagine that made you feel? People act like they don't know the difference between right and wrong. And this is what shows you. This is the demonicness that is allowed to be, you know, and they'll forget where you come from and they'll forget that everybody has a place and a time and everybody has feet in the sands to walk this land. So you don't have a say. It's not as deep as you think it is. And I can't stand reading these people with their mean spirited comments about the homeless because there's a lot you can learn. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. It's embarrassing for a country that prides itself on being the wealthiest and the most of this and the most of that don't take care of their people. You don't mean to tell me that. And let me get this thing to you straight. It's a double-edged situation because on one hand, they want you to be independent, but yet they want to own you. Big Brother is watching. You know, the same place that wants to have a say. It ain't a free country. You pay to it. It's a system. No one gets nothing for free. But the way they treat people, the way they divide, and you think your rich is going to mean something. You think that you have all this. I'm not saying don't work hard, don't play hard, don't have that. But don't act like you can take it away with you and don't act like that you're above. Everybody is in the same boat more than you think. Because all it takes is one shake of the waters with global warming or another situation or something. Let's see how you feel when you need that person to come save you. That might be the one person that could come to save you. You better understand it. So-called holiday season. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay real, stay true. And remember, like I said, life is a lease. It's not an own. You owns nothing, but how you treat one another from how you go about stuff. Don't be looking at someone beneath you or below you. Money spent to everybody. Everybody.